Let's take a picture, guys. Okay, I think we can begin now.
Yeah.
Akshat, you can start now.
Okay, so hi everyone. I am Ayushi Mathur from GDSC-GU University, and I'm the Women in Tech lead there. Let me just share my screen first. Okay. Yeah. I hope I'm audible and my screen is also shared.
Yes, you are audible and screen is shared.
Okay. So let me start again. Hi everyone. I'm Ayushi Mathur from GDSC-GU University, and I am the Women in Tech lead there. Also, today I will be interacting with you all to clear your Kotlin fundamentals before you start making your application. So let's get started. Okay, so I hope everybody is familiar with the word operators. In your previous session, you learned about assignment operator that assign value to the given variable name. You can see the image on the left hand side. Here, num variable assigns the value that is 1. Whereas your Boolean comparison operator compares the value and provides your output in 2 ways, that is true or false. Just a second. Yeah. So here in the Boolean comparison operators, it's basically, it compares the value, not assign the value. You can see the example. 1 is equal to 1. Hence, it is giving out the output as true. This means it's getting compared. Besides this equal to sign, we have many more Boolean comparison operators like your less than, greater than, and etc. Now, let's talk about your conditionals. In Kotlin, conditionals are one of the most important functions or commands that handle your decision. A conditional statement consists of your if statement, else statement, else if statement, and even when statement. Now, let's go through your first conditional statement, that is your if statement syntax followed by your example code. Let's see the syntax. It starts with your if keyword here. It starts with your if keyword and then followed by the condition inside your parenthesis and then the set of curly braces that contains your body. Now in the example, I have given a variable traffic light color, value red. Basically, I have assigned here the value which is red to the variable traffic light color. Now here comes my condition that if the traffic light color is red, then print stop. That means if my condition inside the parenthesis matches the given value, it will get executed and it will print my statement. Guys, I'm clear to you. Anybody can be, or write in the chat box as well. Okay, so now what if it doesn't matches the value? It will print nothing. For that, we have our next statement, that is your else statement. Here, if you see the example, we have just added the else statement here, which comes in body and then execute only if the assigned value does not matches the if condition value. Here, it's not getting matched because I have given the value for the variable traffic light color set as green. So it will like not follow what is written in the if statement. It will directly jump onto the else part and print your go. Now, what if I want the traffic light color to be yellow and does not want the code to print as go? Instead, I want the code to print slow. Now, for that, we have an else if statement, which is here in your screen. It comes between your if statement and your else statement. and then everything is same. A condition inside parenthesis, that is traffic light color, is equal to yellow, and then it prints slow. Now you must be thinking that like, why I have done this? It's basically when you want like print different statement, like here are only three conditions. Now what if you want like 3 or 4 conditions? Still we are going to use the else if in between the if statement and the else statement. No, for that let's look at our next slide. For these type of conditions, we have our when statement. Its syntax is somehow familiar to all the conditional statement, but it's easier and more precise. If you see here, you just need to write when and then followed by the condition parameter inside parenthesis and then your curly braces, and all your condition are one by one will print their statement separated by an arrow sign, and then on the else part for the condition whose value assigned does not matches our condition. Like here we have written when traffic light color in the parenthesis, and all the conditions are listed here one by one. For the red, print the stop, yellow, print slow, green, print go, else print invalid traffic light color. Suppose we have assigned the value to black here, and now it will check condition wise that if the color doesn't matches these 3 conditions, it will directly jump onto the else part and then print your invalid traffic light color as your output. I hope guys I'm clear up till now about all the condition parts. For that, I think you can write in the chat box. Okay, great. Now let's talk about nullability. It basically refers to the ability of variable to have an absence of value. Let's see in the given example, if you have a variable, let's say val favorite actor, and now you have to give some value to your variable, but you don't have any favorite actor or you don't want to mention, then if you assign the value to, let's say, nobody, then this practice is considered to be wrong because the compiler interprets that nobody is a string. So in such cases, we use null. Null is a keyword which means that it has no value. Now, if you want to reassign the nullable variable to non-nullable variable, then you have a like steps to follow. First, you just need to change your val into var. This because in Kotlin, var allows you to edit, like if you want to change anything or you want to edit your string part, you can only use var. Val doesn't allow that. Then you need to tell that your variable is a string. So here with the colon mark, we will add, sorry, here with the colon mark, we will add the string and then give the value within the inverted commas. Whereas if you want to do vice versa, you can see in the upright corner, here you have to just add the question mark in your variable data type, as this question mark means that there will be a non-nullable value point exception here. So you can like make the string which has a particular value to a non-nullable string. Okay. So now let's talk about classes. Now, what is a class? Class is the blueprint of object. If you see its syntax, class is a combination of your class keyword, class name, and then the class body, surrounded by the curly braces. In example, we have made a class named smart device here. Note that every time you make a class, it always forms above the main function. Now let's create an instance of a class. You must be wondering what's an instance. Instance is just the blueprint of your class. Now let's here we have made the instance that is inside your main function. Val smart device is equal to smart TV device is equal to smart device with your empty parenthesis. This is what the smart TV device variable takes an instance of the class smart device. Now let's make the functions inside it. If you see the image, we have made two functions, fun turn on and fun turn off, that prints their own particular statements. And then in the main function with our instance, we will make the object and call them, and it will get print their statement. This is basically how we call the function of a class in a main function. I hope it's clear to everyone that how we are calling it. Or if not, you can ask anything in the chat box. Guys, please respond. If you are like having any doubt, you can feel free to ask. So now let's just move to your last basic fundamental before you start your application. That is your lambda expression with functions. Functions are your data types that you can store in variables, pass them to functions, and even return them from functions. Like the other data types that you can express with a literal value, such as your int type is equal to 10, and let's say a string type hello. You can declare function literals with functions. Now, what is a function literal? Function literals are a special notation that are used to specify how function is defined. Now, let's take understand through an example. Here, if you see in the code, first we will make another function named trick with the parenthesis, empty parenthesis that prints no treats. Here, don't get confused. We are taking example of a Halloween party of trick and treats. Then let's create an variable inside our main function, that is val trick function is equal to trick. And here note that we are not adding the parenthesis. Now, if you run this particular code, you will be getting an error that says function invocation trick expected. This means that it basically the compiler says the function which you created down, call that function. Here, which we have created a function, it expects us to call this function here. Now, to solve this function, we will use the function reference operator, which is here, this 2 times colon before your value. But now, if you run, it will print nothing. Though there will be no errors, but it will print nothing. So for that, we will be just reassigning it with our lambda expression. We will firstly remove your trick function, fun trick function, then the variable trick with val or val, then assignment operator followed by no value, just curly braces. You can see the syntax here. It has no value here, just the curly braces and the function body. And then the code is in your lambda expression. Now in the main function, remove the operator. Here we have removed the operator which we were using earlier. Now you can call like both functions, trick and even trick function here. It will provide you the output 2 times. So here we comprise that the lambda expressions, you can create a variable, store in a function, call these variable like functions, and then store them in other variables that you can like all like functions. Here it's not any variable, trick function is not more any variable, it is also a function. And even the value you assign to trick function is also a function. So lambda expression allows you to use 2 functions at a time. With this, Therefore, I would hand over to Akshat now for a further part of this session. I hope I made you understand everything about Kotlin fundamentals. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me in your chat box. Guys, if you are getting any error, please feel free to ask. Thank you guys for attending our session. We'll see you soon in our next one.
And guys, we will provide you the link for the recording of the session. So those who have missed any part of it can rewatch it. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining. You can now start leaving. Thank you everyone.